Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Controversial Car Channel. I'm your host. Welcome back. I hope you guys are having a better day today than I am. Today is a dreadful day. It's winter. You have, days where you don't see the sun at all. It's just cold, raining, and wet. That's a bad combination. But I hope the topic of today will warm you guys up. We're going to talk about the hobby, as always. And I look forward to sharing a topic with you guys that has been controversial, maybe not as much anymore, but, controversial nonetheless. And the topic is about base cars. No, I'm sorry. The topic is about population report, pop count. And it's been, there's a class of or a group of people who believe that that population report are important when it comes to researching or choosing which cars to buy. And there's another group that believes that, population report don't matter. Pop count doesn't matter. And I'm starting to see that group shrink and shrink. And, more people are starting to believe that pop count matter. So I wanted to talk about that and offer a rebuttal to a lot of people who have made comments and videos about population report in having a correlation to the value of a card. So first of all, let me say this. My credentials, I've been in the hobby since 93, 94. I came back in after, I don't know what you guys want to call it, the pandemic. After the spike or whatever, I came back in, and I do wish that I made these videos for you guys during the spike so that, a lot of you could have avoided, a lot of misinformation that has been given out there by, other YouTubers who came as a hobby in 2017, 2018. It's like you're making a video, but you've only been in the hobby a year, and you're making video as if you are an expert in the hobby. And that's why a lot of people have left, because of the false information that has been, or the misinformation that has been prevalent. So, do population report count? No. Now, this is how I know, and this is how you can know that population reports don't count. When you look at the most liquid card in the hobby, the most valuable, I would say, card in the hobby, that is the 86 Flair Michael Jordan card. The 86 Flair was massively overproduced, mass-produced in the beginning during the junk whack era. So, but fast forward 40 years later, from 1986 to 2020, it's 2022 right now, but 2026. That card is still overvalued. The market value of that card is over $6,000. And that card has been massively reproduced. literally thousands of them out there, which is why I will never, if I ever have the opportunity, I would not put my money in a 86 Fleer Jordan rookie. Not because of the pop report, just because there's so many of them out there that the opportunity to get one is always there. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to rush out to want to get one. You know, so another example is I would say LeBron James rookie card. LeBron James rookie card came out in 2003, which is well after the junk wax era. But LeBron had, I think, the number is 300. LeBron has over 300 different rookie cards. Imagine that. Do you know how? Imagine the Populist Report on each of those things. You know, it has to exceed. It has to exceed. You know, a moderate number of cards because LeBron had a contract with Upper Deck, like Jordan had a contract with Upper Deck, and Upper Deck reproduced LeBron's rookie cards in so many different themes and different sets that it's just multiplied on top of, you know, Panini and Top Chrome and Bowman Chrome, and I can go on and on. And contemporary, I mean, I could go on and on. LeBron has, but the value of LeBron rookie cards are still holding up. They're still retaining their value, despite the fact that there's so many, despite the fact that the pop reports are so high. So that's why I say, you know, a population report doesn't count. A pop count don't count when it comes to the value of a card. Now, there's the difference between the market value of a card and there's the difference between the appreciated value of a card. The market value of a card is the value of the card at its current state. And let's just say 10 years later, it retained its value. For example, if a card is worth $20 at its current state, at its market value, and 10 years later, it's a $30 card, right? That's not bad. You know, and this is another thing I want to talk about. This is another thing I want to bring up. I'm not going to talk about it, I'm going to bring it up. People have to stop looking at cards. We have to stop looking at cards as something that has, you know, astronomical value. The astronomical value of our collection comes in when we combine our collection. It's not going to be based on one particular card, you know, and that idea comes from reports, media reports, when a card goes on auction and it sells for, you know, 6 figures, 7 figures. Then people start thinking, oh, this particular card is 7 figures. That's not how it works, you know. So we have to stop thinking like that. The value, the total value, the astronomical, the full weight is what I'm trying to say. The full weight of the value of our collection come when we combine our collection. Individually, a card can be worth $20. That's good. That is good because most common base cards are 50 cents, 75 cents, $1. You know, $2, $3, $4. 20 in the scheme of things, $20 is good. So the market value 10 years later is $30. That means the card has retained its market value. It does not mean it appreciated over time. Now, a card worth $20 year one, and it is worth $200 10 years later. That card has appreciated over time. Appreciated means it has retained its value plus some. So we need to understand that while the market is experiencing a dip, things will go up, things will go down, things will go up. So it is all in you doing your research. So let me get back on this topic. Now, pop count, pop reports of pop count. Now, when do pop counts matter? Pop counts matter. Let me say it like this. Pop counts are going to matter after the junk slap era, when, PSA and BGS and SGC, when everybody gets their submissions back, which I think is going to be probably the end of this year, which will be 2 years, that, the greater companies have had to deal with the backlog. When everybody gets their submissions back, that's when you go on to PSA website, BGS website, SGC's website, and look at the pop report of all the cards that have been graded en masse. Then that's when the pop report will have some correlation to the market value of a card. You know what I mean? So I don't put a lot of stock in pop counts because, like I said, same thing with Zion and Ja Morant, rookie card. Luka is a better example. Same thing with Luka's rookie card. When you look at Luka's rookie cards was mass produced, but if Luka wins a championship or an MVP, what makes you think his cards would go down? Just because there's 8,000 of them in PSA? No. Just like Jordan won 6 rings. LeBron has won 4 rings. Excuse me. The player's legacy will determine the value of the card. It doesn't matter if there's 10,000 of them. It doesn't matter if there's 15,000 of them. What's going to matter is the condition of them. And what's going to matter is the legacy that the player, the historical significance that the player, attributed to his career that will correlate to the market value of his card. So, pop counts are not going to count until, I think, after, a couple of years. Then we're going to revisit the topic. So hopefully by that time, this video, a lot of you guys will get this video. Okay. The second thing I wanted to talk about concerning pop count is that pop counts are good for set building. Population, what's the word I'm looking for? Population report are good for set building because, for example, let's just say you want to get a rare rookie, right? But the most popular rookie has the highest pop count, okay? Like I said, the pop count does not determine the value of the card. It's the popularity that determines the value of the card. So let's just say you want to invest in a specific player, and they have a very popular rookie card that is very liquid. Everybody knows it. It has a pop count of 500, okay? But you want to go in a different direction, and you want to find a case hit, or you want to find a rare insert. That's when pop count come in, okay? Now, I found a particular player. Let me look at the different variable of rookie cards that he has. Then find out the rookie card that has the lowest amount of, people that's sending in to get it graded. Then you'll find that that particular card also has a low print run because there's so few of them. So that's when you can look at, okay, that's so low because it's so rare. It's so rare because the print run is so low. Let me go ahead and get that. That's when you can, Populist Reports are one of the biggest one of the biggest investment and research tool that you could use when it comes to set building and collecting. So I wanted to, put in my 2 cents. This is not going to be a long video. I just wanted to make a video about this. I do know some people may disagree with me, but you can't disagree with numbers. You can't disagree at the numbers that at the cost or the value of LeBron James rookies, which is almost it's already in the 4 figure. You can't disagree with the value of Jordan rookie, which is already in the 6 figure. And we'll see about Luka, Zion, Ja Morant. We'll see about those guys. But if I were to want to invest in Luka or Ja Morant, I wouldn't care about the pop count. That wouldn't matter. You know what I mean? So in the long run, it doesn't matter. All right. To end this, I want to introduce a base card. One of my favorite base cards. This is a base card of, I think this is 90. I'm going to say 93, 92, 93. Troy Aikman. And the reason I like this card is because if you look at the bottom looks like marble. The marble, you could tell it just looks like a great looking card. But this card may be hard to grade because if you look at the background has a shadow at the back of it, which brings the card to the front. And, it may be a little off center, but that's how Upper Deck made them. Back then, they didn't care about grading. They cared about the picture, and the physics, if I'm saying that right, of the card. So this is, and Aikman, towel in front of him, throwing a pass, in the pocket. One of the most underrated quarterbacks of all time. People don't like to put Aikman in the group with Brett Favre, Peyton Manning, but Aikman is the top 10 quarterback, top 10. And the back of it, if I'm holding it right, the back of it, it looked great. It's just a great looking card. I can't say too much about it. It's one of my favorites. I think it's one of, like I said, I've been in the hobby since 1993, 94. And this is one of my first pulls. At the time, Angry was the Peyton Manning of, yes, Angry was the Peyton Manning of the NFL at the time. I don't want to say Tom Brady because, you know, he'd never been caught. Let me break my phone. Let me break my phone. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Until next time, guys, be in peace.